what's really important, like, we're going to get to the back end, which is really interesting, of the current market, right?
Yeah,
So just
absolutely.
into a bit. But what I'm learning about all this is that, that's a decent chunk of people's time, right? Like, you're getting different generations come in, and they're getting different confidence levels. Like what we're seeing now, like we're 30, we're 88 babies, 35, so going into, we haven't seen hard times, so that confidence level is quite high.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the other senior valuers I used to work with, they'd been through different cycles. They were really risk averse, in those sort of 2010 to, like, pretty much when I left in 2019. And I was always like, oh, why? But you start to see it, and people's confidence levels come in. The older you get, the more life experience you have, right? So you're starting to question certain things. What the issue is some of these older generations, they get burnt and they never get back in, and then they get to their 50s and 60s, and then they're rushing around trying to make it work, and they're getting caught up in all that hype in the market. Everyone's making money, and then they jump in. And it's really bad to be taking risks from a financial perspective later in your life, right?
Yeah.
It's just, you got to take those higher risks, get those higher returns. My mindset is trying to teach people to start taking low risks early in life and just make it easy for yourself.
Absolutely. And I really feel that when you're younger, you have less fear. And as you age, the fear can increase depending on who you are and the lifestyle that you live. But I know that I wouldn't do some of the things that I used to do, right, when I was younger. And I know that when I'm older, and if I haven't got the best financial situation, I'm going to have a bit of fear around, I need to do something about it, right? And make a decision that may not be the best thing for me at that time in my age with my money. So it's very, like, interesting waters to navigate for somebody that is 50 to 60, and how they're going to invest and try and do it without fear, and then understand the cycle as well. So,
well, the biggest thing is that the world, we've touched on this previously, and obviously I'm a student of life too. So go back, do your own research, look into these things that I'm talking about. Check out property share market economics. Really interesting, like how in depth they've gone back. And before Akil, there was Phil Anderson. Before Phil, there was his name, another fellow. So they've all learned and they've progressed, in that. And the thing is, in wealth, right? Once you understand the journey, you really have to have a passion about it to go in and teach people these things, because you can learn it yourself. You create your own financial abundance, and then you can just relax and enjoy life. So that's kind of like Fred. Yeah, I think his name's Fred. Anyway, check it all out. It's interesting stuff, and like, you can't hide behind the data. And if they're tracking it back to for hundreds of years to see how this all works, right? And for me, it comes down to just the psychology of it all too, right? People forget, and then it happens again. You get political cycles that are mixed in with that. I mean, in Australia, we run a 4-year political cycle, so it's never in the politicians' best interest to be trying to get it re-elected if the economy has gone to crap, right?
mm-hmm.
So they try and pump it up. It's all sort of marketing and media from that sense. But we are heading into interesting times. The beautiful thing that I find in Australia is that we're really strategically positioned for this next 10, 20 years, right? Like, we've got really strong relationships with UK, America, your Western societies. And then we've got really, really strong relationships with Japan and China. In India, we've got a really big immigration program coming through, where we're opening the borders up to these countries that, they're jam-packed, and they're looking to go into a different lifestyle. And Australia is super attractive, and for our land mass, we can support more people. What our issue is that we don't have houses. We don't have enough development approvals going through to house all these people that we're bringing into our nation. And that's why I'm bullish for the next couple of years in property.
Yeah, let's talk about the next couple of years and what's coming up and where we're at in the cycle, right?